because I remember even on my wedding day, guys, when I opened up the envelope, I saw bones. I literally saw. I told myself, I will like, hello everybody, it's Missy Color. Yes, the title you saw is correct. I am now divorced. Some people already knew, family or close friends. And if you've been here since the beginning of my channel, you would have noticed I did my first video saying how I was married. I think at that time, 12 years. And yeah, when I ended my marriage, it was going on to 14 years. So if you're not new to my channel, you watch my first video, you would have known, because I mentioned it. If you're a friend of mine, family member, you already know. Yes, I am divorced, and this is my side of the story. I'm talking about my side of the story, what I was going through. So I won't talk about anybody else that I don't know what they're going through. I'm just going to talk about me, myself, and I, and the journey that I've been on and where I am right now. So growing up, I always wanted to get married even at such a young age. Watching princess movies, Beauty and the Beast, the prince coming in, marrying you. I saw like marriage is such a paradise place for a woman to be in. So when I grew up, the first thing I wanted to do is get married. So that's what I wanted, get married, have kids. And the age of 10, at that time, my mom fell ill, very ill. She was in and out of hospital. So at the age of 10, I had to grow up really fast and to look after my brothers and sisters. I stepped in and became like a mother. So I became somebody who, such a young age, already nurturing her siblings. So it gave me that inspiration to become a mother at such an early age as well. So I wanted that growing up. And the absence of my father, he was hardly around. He was traveling a lot in Congo. I wanted that love for my father, which was missing a lot. And because I couldn't really get it from him growing up as a teenager, I wanted to find it in a man, I guess, in a man, because I wanted to find that fatherly love, that father love, I guess. A love that is not sexual, a love that is just appreciating who I am as a woman, my talent, my thoughts, what I'm thinking, my mind, you know, that father love and daughter love, that precious love. I wanted to experience that and see how is it like. But because I never really got it from the time I needed it, because my dad wasn't around. So when I hit 20 and went into uni, I started dating. Guys, I did not like dating. I found it very long. I didn't like the process of it. And then at the age of 22 at uni, between 21 to 22, I met my ex-husband. And the love that I wanted him to show me was the love that I probably didn't get from my dad. I'm knowing this information now because I've done my research, what abandonment is. To me, I've done my own personal healing and research, and I know that was abandonment issue. Abandonment issues when you want to feel that parent love from your parent and you never got it, so you're looking for it in another person who can only give it to you in a different way. It can never be through like your father or like your mother. It's definitely going to be different. Yeah, so I started to look for fatherly love, motherly love, and motherly love through the people that I was dating until I met my ex-husband. I felt pregnant very quick, and so as soon as I got pregnant, I wanted to make it work. I wanted to get married. I wanted to start a family because obviously I wanted to have my kids with one man, and I wanted to have my kids in a marriage. I didn't want to have my kid outside. 5 years we lived together before we got married. We lived together for 5 years. We was engaged, and I had my son, and then I had my daughter, my two daughters. I had my two daughters after we had our wedding. I saved a lot because it was something that I wanted. When I was getting married, I wasn't getting married to divorce. I was getting married to death, basically, to the end. That was my plan. I didn't want to, date anybody else but him. I loved him. He was the first man I ever loved in my entire life. And yes, that's what I wanted. And then fast forward, I got married. I had 3 kids, and things started to change in me. When I got with my ex-husband, I didn't have any boundaries. To be honest with you, I didn't know what boundaries was. I had no clue. And when you already don't establish boundaries in the beginning of your marriage, it's more likely to fail, because once you're in it already and start establishing boundaries, it's not going to work, because your partner's not going to understand that boundary, and it will not tolerate it, because he's not used to it. So what is this about? So the 14 years that I was in a marriage, I decided to develop boundaries, because I started to know what I like, what I didn't like. In the beginning, at the age of 21, 22, I didn't know what I like. I didn't know what I wanted when it comes to relationship, and I didn't know where I was going in life. To be honest with you, I didn't know what my purpose were. Oh, I knew I was going to uni, study, and then meet a hot guy. And he was a hot guy. My husband's a hot guy, I'm not gonna lie. He's my taste to a T. But was he what I needed? I didn't know. Oh, I know I am attracted to tall guys, dark skin, and that was it. I didn't know anything about the journey I was going on. What does marriage mean to when it comes to my relationship with Christ as well? Is it going to be the foundation of it or not? And what is it that I want my children to learn in this marriage? I didn't know, guys. I did not know anything. Just to be honest with you, I was very naive entering this marriage. So I decided to develop boundaries, like I said, and it did not work, because that is something that you need to establish in the beginning, because that will protect you if you need to walk away, reject that relationship if it wasn't for you. But I never had that. So I wouldn't recognize anything that I need to recognize to protect myself. And the second thing is tolerating. I was tolerating a lot of things in the beginning because I didn't know what you should tolerate or not. In the Congolese culture, we call it kangamutema. Kangamutema can be good and bad. The good thing about kangamutema, mean tolerating, is when you establish something is not right in your relationship, and you have a conversation or communicate with your partner with it, like you don't like it, this is not it, then you tolerate to the fact that you're waiting for the right action to be taken and the change to occur, and that's what you're tolerating. You're waiting for the action to take place. Now, kangamutema, or tolerating, when you see no action, you don't see nobody taking accountability, because toleration, it means you have to acknowledge the person that has taken accountability and they're aware what they went wrong, and you yourself as well, because relationship is both ways. Nobody's always perfect. It's always going to be somebody is wrong. Both of you might be wrong, or yes, as long as you know that in the future or not, you could be wrong. That's why it's always both ways. You need to take accountability. But tolerating when there's no accountability and there's no consistent when it comes to the process of changing, that's when it becomes negative or toxic. Tolerating kangamutema, it becomes toxic. If you're Congolese, you know about kangamutema. So guys, I was tolerating things that I shouldn't tolerate, and in the end it changed me as a person. I couldn't recognize myself anymore. I didn't know where I was going. It got my vision of the future where I'm going all mixed up, to be honest with you. But all I knew, what I wanted was just a perfect family, but I didn't know why I wanted that perfect family, and I didn't know how a perfect family looked like. But I just had this picture in my head, but I didn't know if it was for us, and if my ex-husband would be willing to even provide and do that for me. And I didn't know how to persuade him to even go to the right path to achieve what I want to achieve. So I did not know. I did not know where I was going. So it changed me as a person. So I couldn't recognize myself as an individual. Another thing that changed me was throughout my marriage is I wasn't able to express my feeling. I was compressing my feelings a lot. So I used to cry a lot when I shouldn't. I should be able to voice myself, because I was afraid when I voice myself, I'm going to let the person down, it's going to ruin everything. But that's not the case. Voicing myself, it allows room for growth. I should have a safe place to express my feelings, and I didn't know that at that time. So I was compressing my feeling. I will cry a lot, which is not a healthy way to express your feeling. You literally need to sit down and say how you feel now and going forward. And I didn't have that, and that caused me to start talking to myself. Literally, guys, I started to talk to myself. I'll walk down the road and I'm talking to myself. It became so bad. I went to see my pastor in church, and he said to me, if this continues, you're gonna start talking to yourself. And I went to my pastor. I really started talking to myself. Sorry, guys. I already started talking to myself. I told myself I would like go to a supermarket and I forget what I was gonna buy. I would actually forget about the road that I'm meant to be on, because I'm thinking like, because I couldn't express myself and I was holding everything in, and that's what it was. And in a relationship, it's very, very important to express your feeling, because it can mess you up mentally. And that's what it was doing to me. I became a harmful and a shameful wife. That's for me. A harmful, I say a shameful, because when you cannot express yourself, you're shamed. Because shame is what holds you to holds your feelings down. Because when you're allowed to express yourself, you express yourself with confidence. I was in shame. I was shame and feeling disappointed, and that's what it was. I remember when the day I divorced my husband, I said it's over. I had all different feelings, guys. I'm trying to hold back my tears. I told myself not to cry. I was feeling angry. I was feeling disappointed. I was feeling shameful. I feel like I disappointed my family. I disappointed my children. People are gonna laugh at me. People are gonna call me all names. I feel like my life is all over. It has cost me all, because I put all my savings onto this marriage. I had the most biggest wedding for me in my budget that I had, because I knew this is gonna go to the end. I was not planning to end my marriage at all, because I loved him. I loved him from the bottom of my heart. I loved him. I would have died for my ex-husband, because that is it. He was the man that I loved. He replaced my dad. So the day he went, my feeling was all over the place. I remember calling my cousin from Canada, and she picked up, and I felt something literally on my thighs. And I got my hand and I wiped and I saw blood. And I was like, why am I bleeding? I had my period a week before. Why am I bleeding now? And coming to a realization, I think it could have been stress. I could even have a seizure. I could even have a stroke. Whatever it is, instead of me anything bad, because my temperature went up. I felt hot straight away, and then the blood. But I just thank God that nothing bad happened and I'm still here. And I did not sleep for like 3 months, guys. 3 months I did not sleep, and it contributed for the fact that I did not sleep for a whole year when I was doing my master's, which you can see my video on YouTube explaining why I went and did surgery to remove bags underneath my eyes. So already 1 year with 3 kids, I'm doing masters, I didn't sleep, and then divorcing, and that was one of the major contribution when it comes to the bags underneath my eyes. I didn't sleep for 3 months. But thank God at that time, I started work. So going into work was a big distraction, even though sometimes I'll cry in work. I remember even telling one colleague about what's happening in my marriage at that time when I just separated, and I didn't even know her, and we're not even friends now. I was literally crying as if my ex-husband at that time has passed away, but he's alive. Whoever's gone through divorce will know exactly what I'm talking about. When I started my YouTube, I wanted to include my children and my ex-husband at that time as well, but not like a family video or a family channel. My YouTube was never going to be a family channel. It's going to be me renovating, decorating, but here then, there then, or here then, I was going to include them. sometimes, but nothing big, like, or nothing major, like as if they're supposed to be part of my channel, but I was like sometimes including them. But now that I am divorced and I'm a single mother, I wanted to be transparent as possible in my channel, that if you're not seeing the father of my children, my ex-husband, is because I am not with him anymore. It's just going to be me, and sometimes you see my kids if I want to show them. If not, it's not. What else the journey has taught me? I was married for like 14 years. Not every divorce is from Satan. What I've learned, some divorce is from God. God allows it to happen because God wants you to grow and be a better person and learn who you are. And I felt like in the beginning, when I got married, God wasn't there in the first place. I never really spoke to him about what he wanted me to be in, what the path he wanted me to take. I felt like I ignored everything and just wanted to do things my way. And God is a jealous God, and if you put anybody above him, he's going to step in and take you out of that situation. And that's what he did. I even had a dream like a month before that I was divorced, and I went into fasting. I was like, God, what's this? I went into fasting for like 5 days, and then I went to God for my prayer. I went, God, change what needs to be changed in my marriage. If not, get me out. And he literally got me out. God exists, guys. God is true, and God is real. God is loving. God is protective. And marriage is his. He created it for a reason, and he's going to protect it. He would not want anybody try to destroy his image of marriage. And if he tried to, he's going to destroy that marriage, especially when it's not part of it. Even if you don't know God, but you need to follow his principle of marriage. Once it's not followed, it's going to be destroyed and it's going to be exposed. That's what God does. I literally remember the day when I decided to end my marriage. I was like, God, give me strength, because without you, I won't have strength, because I don't know if I'll be able to do this as a oh my God. I don't know if I'll be able to do this as a single mother. I don't know where to start. Like, it's been it's gonna be going 2 years, guys, by the ending of this year, in the beginning of January. The first year, it was very, very, very difficult. I just have to say thank you to my sister who's been there and knows the grief people go through when you are divorced. Literally, you're grieving. I'm telling you, there's a great grief. Literally, it feels like the person has literally passed away. I say arrested. The reason why I got arrested from God, I say arrested from God. God literally arrested me and took me out of that situation. And I am so grateful to be here today and to look after my 3 kids. I remember telling my sister, like, even if I don't attract any man, as long as I'm okay, I'm happy and I've got peace. And I remember my sister saying, no, that a right person will come. But I'm thinking to myself, even if the person don't come, I don't really care, guys. I don't really care. All I want is just the most peaceful thing to happen to me, to have the most peaceful feeling inside. If I was to trade like money and peace, I'll have peace. You know, I don't know where this journey will take me. I don't know, but all I know is God arrested me from my marriage and took me out, and I don't know where he's taking me. If you used to ask me, would I ever go back to my ex-husband, I would say God knows the answer. If you guys to ask me, do you love him, I'll say yes, I do love him, but not every love is healthy. Not every love is for you. You can literally love somebody from the distance as well. If you was to ask me how's my life right now, I have to say TikTok saved my life, because when I joined TikTok, it wasn't too long, I decided to end my marriage. So TikTok was a big distraction, including work, and I absolutely love it. Like, when I feel down, I don't feel happy, I don't feel myself, I'll just go on TikTok and do my live. Or when I feel happy, I feel myself and I go do my live. So don't just think I do my life when I'm feeling down, but it's my comfort zone as well. When I look at my journey and I'll be like, oh God, and I'll be like, oh, let me just go on TikTok. When I feel like, oh my God, today is amazing, I'll go on TikTok. So social media has been my lifesaver. That's why in this video I'm not coming here to talk, oh, what happened with that, because at the end of the day, social media is not going to give me comfort. It's not gonna solve any problem that I have, and it never will. But at least it's giving me a platform to share what I need to share for you with people that are going through what I went through, or are going through divorce, and they're going through that grief like I did, and they know how it is. And yeah, just carry on being strong, and just remember that God, if you are a Christian, God has not left you. For me, my biggest lesson is my development in my marriage, the 14 years, how I've grown to appreciate myself and love myself as an individual. I can literally go to a restaurant by myself, cinema by myself, and I'll be absolutely fine. I'd rather be lonely as a single person and then be lonely with a partner next to me. That's something I will never do. And God will never want his child to be in a situation where they're not appreciated, they're not being prioritized, or in any way. As soon as you put yourself in that situation, that's mean you don't value who you are. You don't see the value in you that God sees. And that's one thing I love about the God that I serve. He saw the value in me, and I don't know which journey or what path he's going to take me on, but all I know is I'm trying to figure out what my purpose is and what my vision is as a single mother. So I'll be doing video as single mother routine, and and whatever it is. Guys, I just want to say thank you for everybody that subscribed to my YouTube, that been following me on TikTok. I just want to say thank you for being there, because it wasn't easy. Being divorced is such a shameful, taboo feeling. I'm gonna tell you guys, I felt like a shameful person. I felt like I destroyed my family. I felt like I was to blame. I blamed myself for that 3 months. I couldn't sleep straight after my divorce. I was like, what have you done? You destroyed something. And I'll just pray to God, and then God will answer me every time. Literally will answer me every time. Do you want to go back? And then God gives me the answer. I'll question God, like, is this what you want? And he'll give me the answer. God knows, guys. God knows. And I know some of you might not be religious out there, because I am. I have a relationship with God. And God, the one creating marriage, he knows the principle of marriage. He knows how I should attract a man, and he knows the journey I should be on with a man. Oh, I know, if I'm growing out and developing and learning, that person needs to develop and learn and grow with me. There needs to be consistency. God is a consistent God. God is a truthful God. God is transparent, and it should reflect in his marriage that he has created. And if it does not, and it doesn't exist, then it's not of his. Guys, you need to remember, not every marriage is of God. It's not God blessed it. God is not there in the beginning, and God will never. But it doesn't mean that God cannot be there at the end. At the end, meaning I let go. I've given it to God. He has arrested me. God literally has put me in his prison, and he's saying, let me be in control. If this marriage is supposed to work and it will come back, let me deal with it. But you need to live your life. You need to heal. If you're gonna date. If you're gonna get married. Literally, do not put it in your head that he's gonna change because of my prayer. He's going to change how good I am. That's your change. Has got nothing to do with you. That's what God is telling me. His change or her change has got nothing to do with you. You leave it to God. God changes people that he wants to change, and he sees that the person wants to change. If that person does not want to change, God does not change that person. So in my head, guys, I don't hope for no change. I don't hope for anything. Or I hope when it comes to that relationship, what I'm saying, what I hope for is the change of me, to be a better mother, to be a better individual. And I pray God to change me. Anybody else, I don't pray God change them. I just pray God protect them. protect them from any evil, protect them from any sickness, protect them from any death. But when it comes to character and personality, I'll always leave it to God. God is the master of changing somebody's character. And like I said before, God does not change everybody's character. I literally have moved on because God told me to move on. If it's mine, God knows it will show me the path that is mine. It will bring it back to me without me hoping, dreaming, and praying for it. I will stop here. I hope the 2025 will bring nothing but blessing onto my life, because being a single mother is not easy with the kids, guys. I struggle sometimes with the 3 kids. Imagine you're working full time, you come home, you're trying to save, renovate the house, and give them the most, the most better things that you couldn't receive from your parents. Basically, I'm just trying to give them the best that my parents couldn't give me, basically. And it's not easy. Sometimes I'm just like, I just want to take a break, and I can't. And my daughter will just come and just make so much noise, and I'm just thinking, I just need to rest, but I can't rest sometimes. So when you see me on social media going out and having fun, it's just me really releasing myself, releasing the stress, and just trying to really enjoy the best that I can, guys, because it's not easy. And it wasn't easy now, it's not even easy now. It wasn't easy before because of the shame and the embarrassment, because I tried to keep something I couldn't keep, and because I wanted to last to the end. And God is like, it's not everything you want, you need. You may want this, but I've got amazing thing. And imagine I'm asking God for bread right now, and then he's gonna give me an egg and bread. He gives me bread and egg, and he give me sausage on top. So it's literally, God is gonna give me things I haven't even asked for, and it's gonna add it on top. So that's what I leave everything. Whenever I'm feeling sad, I pray to God. Whenever I'm feeling happy, I pray to God. Whenever I feel like, I don't want to pray, I don't pray. And when I feel like I pray. I know some people say when you don't feel like praying, that's when you pray the most. But I feel like when I don't want to pray, I don't have much to say. And I'll just pray in my heart, and then just wait until the next day, and then I'll have a lot to say to God. I say, it's your journey, how you want to communicate with God. And I just want to thank Jesus that I praise for giving me the strength and the encouragement to even do this video to you guys and put it out there. It's not easy. Yes, I'm not going to go into details because it's my private life, and I want to keep it private. I'm not that person who brings them details out there, but I just want to tell you that I learned to have my boundary. I grew. I didn't know what I want. Now that I know the importance of character, somebody's character and personality is very, very important. When somebody shows you who they are, believe who they are. And always try to apologize when you've done something wrong and take accountability. And that's one thing I learned to do. I know that I'm not perfect. There's people out there that I've hurt, but I'll always try my best to acknowledge what I've done wrong and approach these people and ask for apology, because at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. I'm sitting here being hurt, but there might be another person I've hurt. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's why I'm always quick to take that accountability, even if I shouldn't. Let me take it. That's a blessing. That's one thing people don't realize or know. If you're innocent, you haven't done anything wrong, but you still taking accountability and apologize, you're opening the door for you and you're closing the enemy's door. It's simple as that. That's what it is. My shame, my embarrassment, my hurt, my pain, I put it on the cross. Literally, I put it on the cross. God is the one who's carrying it right now. Anybody that will laugh at me, anybody that is happy, because I remember even on my wedding day, guys, when I opened up the envelope, I saw bones. I literally saw chicken bones inside my presents on my wedding day. So I know already from that, those people with evil eyes, they wanted this to end. But that's okay, because God only allows something to end or enter my life because he doesn't want it anyway. Because if God wanted this, he will fight it. And we don't know the end of it, so only God knows anyway. But what I'm trying to say right now, God wants things to go this way. If he didn't want it, you can do every juju, you can say everything, is not going to happen, because I'm a child of God. So I just That's why I'm going back to God every time. I'm going back to Jesus every time, because what God puts together, no man shall separate, right? Because he's in control of everything. So whatever happened in my situation, I believe he opened the door and allowed it. So why am I going to stress myself too much? And I'm not going to stress myself, oh, 5 years, 2 years, I'm still single. No, I'm actually going to love being single, because I'm not single by choice. I'm single because I am single. This is what it is. I will die as a single person. I was born as a single person. The only difference that enters my life when I accept somebody in my life. If I do not accept anybody in my life, I should be like this. And single for me is nothing to be celebrated, because it's who I am. I need to be as an individual person. I need to love myself as an individual person. I need to appreciate myself as an individual person anyway. So what's there to celebrate? I should be celebrating every day that God has given me air, He's given me good health, that He's given me the strength to do the impossible. And that's what I'm here to do. But thank you for anybody that watched my YouTube video today. Yes, I am divorced. I'm going 2 years, and it hasn't been easy. A mother of 3, raising kids by herself. I pray that, and I hope that you be nice and kind on your comments, and do share the video. It might help another person that might be going through a divorce or a separation. They've got kids. Like I said, it hasn't been easy, guys. I'm doing it on my own. I'm raising these kids on my own, and I'm praying that God is with me on this path, because He gave me these children. I'm just supervising them. He's the manager. And that I'm praying that God gives me the strength to be a good mom, a wonderful mom, and teach my kids the best that I can, and especially teach them God, teach them Jesus when I'm not longer in this earth. They'll be able to depend on God, depend on Jesus, or not depend on any human being. But thank you for watching this video, and I hope it touches someone and changes them. And yeah, I'm just so happy with the growth that I'm in. I'm just happy that I'm continuing to develop and grow and learn from my mistake. And the 14 years, like I said, I grew, and also I did enjoy. It wasn't all what you may think. I had fun. Like I said, I loved my husband, who's somebody I'm attracted to. I'm still attracted to now. I will always will be. And I had my moments where we had fun. We had our laughter, but at the end, it is the quality of the marriage that is more important than anything. There's so many people out there, they live in a facade, a lie. They put in a facade, they put in a lie to the world. But I don't want that. I want to be transparent. I want to live my life that is real. Do you get what I'm saying? It's real. And I just want to thank God that He put me on this journey, and to be where I am right now. I'm so mature and developed, and I know what I want in life, and that's the most important. When I was 22, I didn't, but now I know. But guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and share. But thank God, I thought I would be crying, but thank God I didn't cry. I held my tears, because strength is here, guys. Strength is here. But don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.